I will not go into why we exist, our functions. They are very clear. You are actually the one who gave us, who give us functions and what to be done as specified in the Prisons Act, which you passed in the year 2006. I have outlined the strategic objectives on page 4 of the Uganda Prison Service, and of course that is to provide safe, secure and humane custodial services for transformation of prisoners, to provide rehabilitation and integration services for the transformation of prisoners, and to promote access to justice, in addition to the production activities which we undertake, and also to account for our actions. On page 5, I have put a situational report to indicate that as of 4th March, we had 76,222 inmates in custody. And out of those, 53% were convicts and 46.3% were still undergoing trial. 3,688 of them are females, just 4.8%, and of course 95.2% are males. And we have 305 children who are with their incarcerated mothers. I have 14,275 staff, out of which 508 are non-uniformed. They support the services technically. On page 6, we have outlined the human rights situation. $20,996. Those are the spaces we have for the inmates. Which means if we have 76,000 prisoners, we have almost four times the number of prisoners we are supposed to have. These are in 266 units, grouped under 19 administrative units. I wish to add that the human rights situation in prisons, I can describe it as fair. Fair in that we no longer have gross violation of rights of prisoners, but we have inadvertent violations like having no space. Once you don't have a space, that means you have poor health. Once we have poor sanitation, very poor standard of living. Those are the rights really we are infringing of the prisoners. But we are able to give them food, basic food. We are able to give them clothing, basic clothes, actually one pair of uniform at least a year. We are able to give them beddings, and we are generally very, very clean. if there are clean places in this country, you go to the prisons, you know what cleanliness means. That is inevitable. If you don't have a clean environment in that congestion, you will just have death. We don't only lack space for prisoners, but even my staff have issues with accommodation. I have only 46% accommodated, although Honorable Chair and Honorable Members, as a service, we have launched an offensive to build for our staff by ourselves, and also to deal with this congestion by building cells ourselves. And in that respect, we have expanded the Rukunjiri prison. We have shifted Ntungamo to a new site, Nyamiko. Actually, we have eliminated the congestion there. We are building in Isinjiro. I think we are putting up 2 wards to deal with that population. I think Isinjiro is the most congested prison I have. But we have already put up a ward, which we have already roofed. I think now we are doing finishes. We are building in, we have put a new Mutuf prison in Isrongo. We are doing actually we are doing construction in Roro. Roro is just after Kona Kamdini as you go to Lira. We are doing construction in Robule, which is in West Nile. We are doing construction in Amulata, especially for females. We have dealt with female accommodation in Chiruhura, in Kamuli. So, as I said, we are on the offensive to make sure that we address these things. But what is the challenge? About 2 years ago, in 2022, I had 60,000 prisoners, total, approximately. Now in February 2024, I have 76,000 prisoners. But the budget has not changed. I think rightly so. That is a very serious issue. I know we have resource challenges as a country. We are growing at approximately 10% in prison population. The other day I was in the village, and the villagers thought that I can get suspects and put them in prison myself. Because they were all complaining of theft. Pigs are stolen, chicken are stolen, matoke is stolen. And they were really in a, these are very young people, and the chair, 78% of my prison, of our prison population are youngsters. The youth below the age of 35. That is the challenge we have. Increasing, no adjustment in the budget, so we can only compound the problem. I want to believe that by the end of this financial year, we should have, if you look on page, 6 that from January 2022 to February 2024, we have improved capacity by 5.1% increase, whereas the population has increased by 13.7%. But I think by the end of this financial, we shall add another 5% improvement in capacity. Honorable Chair, that's why I gave a fair status of the state of human rights in the Uganda Prison Service. I beg to submit. We are building cells. I don't call them prisons. A prison is something very big, but we are building cells to ease congestion. But we are also building staff rooms. I can say that we have eliminated grass-thatched huts in rural prison. We have eliminated grass-thatched huts in Amita prison, in Abim. We have eliminated these unipods and you know, they are those buildings we call finimoas. I don't know whether it clicks. If you have never lived in a barracks, you might know what a finimoa is. It is a local unipod, but made of local materials. We have eliminated them in the Rimi prisons. We are building about 400 units in rooms in Chitalia, Minimax. So we are on the move. We shall move as far as we can, as far as the resources can allow. The honorable member from Chankwanzi asked about labor, prisons labor. Actually, if we didn't have prisons labor, we would have closed the prisons. Because this labor maintains the prison. We give 300,000 shillings as interest to the officers in charge of units. 300. Is it per quarter? Yes. That is 100,000 per month. So if these officers in charge units were not doing labor, they would not maintain their prison. The inmates earn from this money, invariably. Actually, if you don't pay the inmates, I remove you as OC of the prison and staff. So it has proper management, proper accountability, proper record. That's the simple, and as you know, it's legal for prisoners to do labor. Was the condition of food. That's true. It is posho and beans. Posho is number 2, not number 1. And that's what it is. If you add on more resources, we are very grateful. The question of relocation of Luzira. This is something which we should have done 20 years ago. Because when Luzira was put, it was outside Kampala. That is they started building in 1921. They completed it in 1927, that big prison. Now it is in the middle of the city. We have industries around it. It's no longer a max prison. If you see, there is that Bishop Chanjiri SS. Then the next land which is enclosed is for a hospital. a hospital which was being fronted by the late priest, St. Benedict's Hospital. It is now a health center, but it's supposed to be a hospital. Then there is Quality Chemicals. Is it Quality Chemicals? Yes. Then you have these other industries also, Woodmaster. Now, in 2008, when we reviewed our own security arrangements, prisons, we wrote a relocation concept. Us. I think we even engaged, there is a contractor who came from Dubai called Emar. You know, Emar is a very big thing. We even reached signing an MOU. But I don't know what happened. We even had land, 300 acres of an encumbered land in Mukono, which we visited. It didn't go through. So this one, which was written recently, is not new. What is our view as prisoners? Why? I will get, that is if I will get a prison, not like that one of Luzira. Some of those cells, by the way, don't have water closets. You know what I mean? If we lock you there, you will not like it. Yeah. I will have staff accommodation. Somebody described the accommodation of my staff in Luzira. It's I don't want to talk about it because it is not okay. It's inhuman to have these shining stones and you are coming from. Let me stop there. I will get modern amenities. So it should have moved yesterday. When we were building Chitalia, we were actually decongesting Luzira. But we operate courts from Chitalia. Chigo operates about 9 courts up to Mukono. It was a bit cumbersome, but when they put that road, the expressway, you know, the Munyonyokajans passes via Chigo. Now it is just 20 minutes, they are already here. So this Ginger Road highway, it makes Buikwe, I think, an hour away, max. So the courts are not a problem, but me, I'm looking at what I will get out of that. But the limiting factor, to relocate to Luzira, you need about $100 million. So I don't know which businessman is going to sink $100 million in locating a prison, then again come back to invest in that place. It is not easy. That's why we have spent all this time without happening. And that's why you see the president has to write. When you see president writing, that means things are not easy. Things which are easy don't go to that level. We would have finished like we did the Kampala remand. Kampala remand is a prison which was there in the 1914, 20, like that. It was down here. Plot 2 Nakivu. We relocated it to Nakasongora. Very easy. It didn't go to the president. But where you have hard things. So that thing is not easy, but we want it as prisons. And there is no reason why anybody who likes development should not want that thing to relocate, apart from sentimental reasons that this is Luzira, this is. But in 10 years, Those who know Luzira will not be here, will not be mattering in Uganda. That's our view. Let it go yesterday. Disabilities, no.
I thank the commissioner for giving a green light on the issue of shifting the Luzira prison to another location. In terms of cost implication, I know it is definitely going to be there, because there is a picture in your mind of the new Luzira in a new location, which is going to be different from this one here. You have a picture in your mind already. And of course, cost implication, you will not escape that. Definitely, it is going to be there. Now, why don't we think about in terms of, keeping the resources, the little envelope we have, and we do what is called extension services. We decongest Luzira prisons, and then part of Luzira is instituted in another place. We leave this one remain as it is, and then we decongest. What do you think about that? And then what could be the maximums? What could be the maximums of the, I would call it the numbers of the inmates that are supposed to be in Luzira here? What is the maximum? What does it?
I think 10,100 inmates. Is that the latest number? Yes. I receive these things every morning from all over the country. That is what is in Luzira, consisting of Upper Prison, Makshoni Bay, Kampala Remand, Luzira Women, and Chigo. That is about 6 times the installed capacity. And why should the other person not build in Buikwe and leave the prison? But this is too prime. It's a place which should create jobs for our children and grandchildren. This Luzira here. It should not be for keeping people who have had conflict with the law. Our children must have where to work. Disabilities, no. And sorry. Reintegration. Do you check on those people you have released? We have a whole rehabilitation and reintegration department. I'm surprised we didn't come with anybody from that going to be there. Some of the prisoners, some people are happy these prisoners are in prison. When you release them, the other people where he came from, they want to lynch him. Lynching. We like lynching. I don't know why. So we go there and in prisons. But as I said, we are not waiting for the budget. We are constructing on ourselves. What we have done is, every major prison, we have identified a satellite prison where we can construct low-cost wards and do congest the big prisons. That's why you have Isinjiro decongesting Mbarara. You have Ntungamo decongesting the Rukunjiri Kigezi area. And we have Butiti, which is going to decongest Katoju. Like that. Below, this is the, we are aware. We are aware because they just bring to us police and the courts. They just remand. And once they bring it to our attention, we subject them to age determination in the health centers. Once we find you are below 18, we shall take you back to court so that they make appropriate orders, which is to send you to the remand homes. Sometimes these people will claim they are 18 to gain sympathy, to gain empathy. But then the police should make sure that they don't send people under 18 to court, to the DPP. And the judges should also make sure that they don't send people below 18 to us, because ours is for adult prisoners.
Clarification, Mr. Commissioner. I want to know.
Gambe tibamubalidde dda ku munyago era yamaze dda okutegeera ti ku munyago gw'ettaka eryo agenda funako ki. Bwe batyo abaali abakimu demonstration school bwe baba balimbalimba ne babategeeza nti awo tetwetaagawo ssomero, era amasomero mangi galuzinze ettaka lyago wano mu kibuga lwa explanations ezifaanana bwe zityo. Naye abange bwebanga Supreme Court eri wano mu tawuni wakati, abasibe bava mu kkomera ne badda mu kooti, tewaliwo kifo kiri beto okusinga ekifo ekiriraanye ekkooti weebeera. Era abazungu bwe baali bateekateekanga ekkooti weebeera ne prison tebeera wala nnyo. Kati bano abakulu olw'okuba bo bavanduzi, kati baagala kuvandula eryo ttaka, tebalowooza nti balina ekyamaanyi kye bagenda okukolerawo. Baagala kulibba nga bwe babba lino erya King erya gundi wano ne bateekawo akazimbe ka Kingdom wano erya Shimoni, nga bwe babba erya Naggulu, nga bwe bazze banyaga amataka gonna mu kibuga wano. Era Byabashaija okuvaayo n'ebyo ebigambo agamba ekintu kye kimu yeegasse ku banyagguluzi b'amataka. Naye twagala kubategeeza byonna mu bikole naye bujja kukya olunaku lumu.
Buli munnayuganda ateekwa okwebuuza nti okubeerawo kw'amakolero kukosa kutya ekkomera, nti olw'okuba amakolero weegali kikosa ekkomera. Tulabye amakomera mangi nga tunnalowooza kusengula Luzira. Genda olowooze mu kusengula ekkomera eriri Empigi mu tawuni eritalina na kikomera. Genda olowooze ku makomera nga liri ery'Ejjinja lye bayita ery'Ekirinnya. Why Luzira? Tulabye embeera nnyingi bassebo ne bannyabo nti buli basonga ne batwala ettaka, project ebeera erubiriddwa okuteekebwawo awo tetuukirizibwa. Mutunuulire ne wano mu Kampala wonna webasengudde abantu, tandikira e Nakawa, ogende wano Emulago awalina okubeera ettaka ennyumba z'abasawo, ogende wano ku Shimoni, ogende buli wamu ettaka balitwala ne bakolerawo bintu birala nnyo. So eyo ddiiru kyannaku nti Commissioner General tamanyi nti eno ddiiru oba si kyo, naye ayinza okuba mu mbeera omu oba endala nga bamusomeddemu ne balaba. Naye ng'eno ddiiru bassebo ne bannyabo yakunyagulula ggwanga, lyakubba ttaka lya gavumenti, bagende batuteerewo ekintuntu ekiri eyo ekita meeting a standard. There is no rule yonna we bagamba nti nekkomera lirina kubeera nga liri eyo mu nsiko. Ekiri eruzira ettaka lennyini baasooka nalyo nennyini ne baligabako. Era mwami Museveni oyo ne batandika okugabawo industries ne bazizimbako, naye ettaka wali industries lyali ttaka lya Luzira nga balimirawo ne baligaba nga balaba. Kati basemberedde ku kizimbe kyennyini kati beekuwasa amakolero. Eno ddiiru yakwagala kunyagulula bintu bya gavumenti.
Kati ono komishana yagenda okujja ng'ekkomera eryo weeriri. Okuteeka ekkomera awo waliwo ensonga nyingi. Ate ne bwagamba nti ayagala kulijja atwale ewala era ajja kusanga ekizibu kye kimu. Ekisooka, abasibe balina obuzibu obw'okutambula kuva mu kkomera kugenda mu kooti. Era baasi zaabwe oluusi ozisanga mu jaamu nga zikuba engombe nga tebalina bwe bayita essaawa za kooti nga bwe zibaleka. Kati bagamba nti ekkomera yalijjeko alitwala Ejjinja nga kooti azirise Kampala. Kyakora kiina kye kikosa ku basibe kubanga bw'odirenga justice y'omuntu oba ogidinayinze. So kakati nze ndaba nti waliwo pulaani endala kubanga baagala kutwala ettaka, kye nandibadde ngamba bwe ntyo. Naye bw'agamba nti ayagala kutwala abasibe awara ate nga abasibe balina okujja mu kooti ate kooti nga tazitute awo ndaba nze tikiba kya bwenkanya. Then ekisembayo akirabye leero lwaki takirabanga amaze ebbanga n'ebiseera nga commissioner nga baruninga ebisanja bye lwaki takyogerangako kati araba anaatera kuritayaringa agamba nti ekomera liveewo. Nze ndowooza nti bino ebintu byetaaga kupapira kyetaaga omanye nti bw'oba olina ekkomera olina kooti kumpi olina eddwaliro kumpi olina security kumpi then otandike omuvinge. Naye ate mu kifaananyi ekinene kati gavumenti yandibadde egamba nti twagala omwanya ekifo nga Nakasongola ewala tuteeke ebyo ebintu byonna bibeere in one place. Waliwo kooti, waliwo ekkomera, waliwo eddwaliro, waliwo essomero nga byonna biri wamu. Naye kati bw'ogamba nti omulwadde bw'alwala omugye Nakasongola omuvuga omuleete emulago rather omusibe bw'alwala omuvuga omugye Nakasongola omuleete emulago nti omusibe bw'alina keesi omuvuga omugye Nakasongola omuleete wano mu Kampala. Ndowooza nze kiba kikola. So bw'aba ayagala kusolovinga ekintu ky'amakomera bakisolovinge nga batuta amakomera batute courts ne facilities endala abasibe ze baagala kubanga nabo baagala services ezo ng'abantu.
Okutandika okugamba nti ekkomera ly'e Luzira lyetooloddwa amakolero ate nga lyonna lyali lya Luzira lyali ttaka lya prison era nga osaanye n'okwetegereza nnyo nti wooteri nnyingi eziri mu kwaggalawo kati buli zifuna bakola ki bazeebakamu ne wooteri yennyini gy'oyinza okugamba nti eri wano e Nakasero gye bayita Pearl of Africa baagizimba n'obutitimbe bungi naye juuzi nalaba nti nannyini waayo abanjibwa era nti bagitadde ku katale ne wange wennyini mu constituency amakolero mangi gali mu kuggalwawo. Kyetwandigambye kintu kimu ndowooza nga kigenderere ekyokwagala okutwala okukumpanya n'okutwala ettaka eryaki ery'e Luzira ate nga we wandibadde awalungi kuba walinaanye mazzi omanya nti oludda olumu otangirayo olala kitoogo omubbi gyatasobola kukola ki kuddukira. So kyandibadde kya buvunaanyizibwa nnyo nti awantu nakumpi nnyo omuntu asobola okulaba abantu be n'okubalambula. Nyine ekibuuzo ekirala kiri nti bukyanga lizimbibwa kuba kati mu 2027 ligenda kuweza emyaka 10 ne mu myaka egyo 10 bukyanga abamisiri bazimba ekkomera eryo oba abalizimba abalala eggwanga lyaffe lyongeddeko ki bukyanga tufuna obwetwaze ojja kulaba nti wongeddeko kitono naye ng'ate bw'otuna ekkomera ly'ekitalya terisobola kubeera nga libeeramu abasibe bonna mu ggwanga. So twandigambye nti bw'otunuulira obuwangaazi bw'ekkomera ly'ekitalya terinaweza yadde na myaka 10 naye ate lizzeemu enjatika ne langi etandise okukola kyokumaamukako naye ate ekkomera linene ate eryazimbibwa Abawarabu bw'olitunuulira ojja kulaba obuwangaazi bwalyo temulimu yadde enjatika. So twandigambye nti batereeze butereeza bazimbe bagumye bafune bayinginiyazi abalungi okuva wabweru kuba abawano babba seminti babba emitayimbwa babba emiyiko babba amayinja ojja kulaba nti era bajja kuba bakalima laba ati nga lizeemu ekyeminyafa n'enjatika. So nze siwagira mu kujjawo kkomera ly'e Luzira libeerewo wabula bakulaakulanye okuligumya kusobola okubeera nga lituukagana n'omutindo ng'agagali e Bulaaya.